Hi everyone and welcome to the Computing Conference 2017. Today I have with me Michael and Andrew from Red Hat. So Michael, could you give us a quick introduction of yourself?
Sure. So I'm Michael Ferris. I am responsible at Red Hat for business architecture as well as technical business development with major cloud providers around the world.
Andrew, could you give a brief introduction of yourself as well?
Yes, so Andrew Habgood, I'm responsible for the Cloud Partner Program for Red Hat in Asia Pacific.
Nice to meet you. As a quick start, could you tell me what was the most interesting topic at the computing conference this year?
Sure. So from Red Hat's perspective and my personal perspective, a lot of what I've seen here really emphasizes the massive scale and capabilities of the Alibaba Cloud. Certainly understanding more about both what Alibaba is doing in open source, as well as artificial intelligence was very interesting to me, watching the different events and different sessions on those two topics.
So talking about open source, Andrew, what do you think about the open source, the overall adoption of open source in Asia Pacific?
The adoption of open source in Asia Pacific is accelerating tremendously, and it's really helping to solve the problems in the emerging countries and give opportunities for rapid innovation in markets that previously were constrained by their ability to access closed source and proprietary technologies.
So what are the biggest challenges when it comes to encouraging businesses in Asia Pacific to adopt open source?
I think it's just being a bit familiar with the actual open source technologies on offer and how they can provide a secure, robust, stable environment. There are a lot of companies and industries in Asia Pacific that really have not tapped into the benefits that the open source development models and the power of the community can give them. But we are seeing a very rapid change, and companies like Alibaba being strong proponents of an open source development model are really helping drive that transformation.
Great. I guess the big news recently is that Red Hat and Alibaba Cloud has just signed a strategic partnership. Michael, could you elaborate more on this partnership?
Absolutely. So Alibaba has joined the Red Hat Certified Cloud and Service Provider Program. This is actually going to enable Alibaba to be a validated, trusted, and supported platform for Red Hat customers to consume our technologies in the Alibaba Cloud worldwide. And so we partnered together to ensure that as customers enable their hybrid cloud and move application workloads back and forth from on-premise into the public cloud, that Alibaba is a trusted provider for all of those customers globally.
Well, it's exciting.
Yep.
Is there any specific implementation? Do you have a plan, like a roadmap for this partnership?
So certainly the things that we're doing now is we're working together over the next several months to enable the technologies that we have in the Alibaba Cloud. Following those technology efforts, we're actually going to be enabling first Red Hat Enterprise Linux for consumption by customers on demand in the Alibaba Marketplace. And then we're also going to extend the relationship and allow customers using other Red Hat products, anything from our middleware solutions with JBoss, our automation capabilities and management capabilities with CloudForms and Red Hat Ansible or Ansible by Red Hat, and certainly even capabilities that we create in the OpenShift platform for container platforms. We're going to allow customers to move those into the Alibaba Cloud through a process we call Cloud Access. This is going to allow those customers to have a direct relationship with Red Hat for support and the financial elements of their Red Hat solutions, and then have a relationship with Alibaba for the technology and the infrastructure and any other services they use in the Alibaba Cloud. And together we'll be able to service those customers, support them as they scale up and scale out across multiple deployments.
That's great. So Andrew, as for the Asia Pacific market, what do you think about this? How important is this partnership for the Asia Pacific market?
Look, I think the Alibaba partnership is hugely important in Asia Pacific. There are certainly markets in Asia Pacific that have been reluctant to aggressively move to cloud because of data sovereignty and other issues, and Alibaba will help them achieve and resolve some of those constraints. We've had significant interest, and I know Alibaba have also had significant interest from customers, enterprise customers in the Asia Pacific region about moving to a mutual offering. So now that we can finally announce the offering, it's great, and we think there'll be some real excitement in the market.
So, just in general, why did Red Hat choose to partner with Alibaba Cloud specifically?
It's all about customers. So for several years now, we've had an increasing number of customers come to Red Hat and want to be able to take advantage of Alibaba's leadership, both in technology but also global infrastructure. And these requests accumulated to the point that it made sense for us to engage with Alibaba and ensure that it was a trusted destination for our customers, and that we can promise the customers that as they consumed Red Hat products there, that we could jointly support, certify, and even have third parties such as Red Hat's extended ISV ecosystem part of that relationship together with Alibaba.
So finally, our last question would be, what do you think will be the top 3 trends in open source technology in the coming years?
Yeah, so it depends upon where you're going. We see certainly the first and probably most aggressive thing that's happening in the market right now is really all about containers. And so certainly our investments in OpenShift and providing a container platform that customers can span both on and off premise is very important. That leads me to the second major thing that we're seeing in the space, which is hybrid computing. And that applies both at the container level, but also the infrastructure level, where customers want to be able to take existing workloads, whether they're containerized or not, and move them on and off premise. Which then leads to really the third capability that we're seeing a heavy amount of use, which is how do you innovate rapidly using a bevy of open source projects, but you want to be able to ensure that they're supported and certified. And so Red Hat's engagement with multiple projects from, for example, artificial intelligence, as Alibaba's doing, through elements such as big data, really ensures that they have a full ecosystem of support for their open source needs.
So, for Andrew, what do you think about the trends in APAC?
Look, I think Mike's covered the technology trends quite well, and we're seeing those in APAC as well. I think we're now seeing APAC customers really using those trends to innovate and actually serve the needs of their local markets very, very quickly. So I think along the same lines, but very quickly being adopted in the Asia Pacific market.
Yeah. I think it's important to note that it's not just about the technology. That as customers are maturing their business needs, they want additional services, and they want to be able to consume those in a business model that matches their needs, whether or not they're actually deploying applications on them or they're offering services to their customers. So what's happening in the industry, driven in large part because of the emergence of cloud computing and the innovation that it provides, is the business models behind both proprietary but also open source are having to change to match that. And that's something we look forward to working with Alibaba to help enable as customers move forward together.
That's good. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Andrew. Hope to see you in next year's computing conference.
Thank you. Appreciate it.